Hello, and welcome to High on Football. Welcome to another live stream. And today, I have a very special guest. But whoever is joining, first of all, thank you so much for joining. Please, आप लोग like कर दे stream को. And just a heads up, this will be an English. We will talk mostly in English because our guest is pretty much comfortable in that. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. But आप लोग को पता है, I do switch to English sometimes naturally, so that will happen definitely. But first of all, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to a live stream जो हमारे लिए as a club is very important. We are facing Newcastle United, who are on a roll right now, and इसीलिए to understand them, to understand its tactics, I have invited a very special guest on my live stream today. So before I introduce him, let me just give you a context. He is a admin of Toon Army India on the X handle, which is an official Newcastle supporters handle in India, basically. And uh, if you think being a Spurs fan is rare, being a Newcastle fan in India is rarest of all. And here is a crazy fact that I'm going to tell you about the gentleman that I am inviting on the stage right now. This guy has started supporting Newcastle from 1998, the year I was born. So that's just crazy. That's just bonkers for me when I got to know it. But I won't take much of my time. Please, please, I'm inviting my special guest Samidh Bhattacharya from Kolkata. I guess you are from Kolkata, Samidh. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are from
Yeah,
Kolkata, right? Yeah. Thank you
I
so
am
much,
from
Samidh. Thank
Kolkata
you so
and
much for joining.
thankfully right now in Calcutta as well. So yeah, but thank
Yeah.
you for having me on the show. Great pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, I was scouring the earth to find a Newcastle fan, and luckily I got bumped into your X handle, and that was just crazy. Thank you so much for being here. I just
That
wanted,
actually,
yeah,
I'm sorry
please,
to
please
interrupt.
go
That
ahead.
actually just makes me curious. Like how did you come across my Twitter profile, my X profile, I
so
should say.
I'll tell you what the procedure was. So basically I went to YouTube first, okay, and I searched Newcastle United India fan, okay. Nothing was coming up, okay. I went to Instagram. I searched Newcastle United India. Nothing came up. There were few pages that came up, but they were inactive for a very long time, I think from 2022 or 2023. After that I went to X handle, and then I searched it, and in suggested areas that comes. And because there are many creators that follow Toon Army India, like there is Ayush, there is Manas Singh also follows Toon Army India, and I also follow them. So it shows in the suggested section, right? And then I saw few of your reposted Newcastle or X tweets that comes from the Newcastle official channel. So I was like, okay, you may be the guy that I can contact. And it showed that you are the admin of Toon Army India. So I gotcha, I need to message you. I did that, and finally we are here and we are talking. I'm so glad that I did. And I think for me it is a big achievement because you know in our content creation space I have a group of people who you talk with me, whom we collaborate with. We already have them. Ash Talk Football, thank you so much bhai for being here. And Goloe, he's a Liverpool fan. Ash bhai is a United fan. So in that circle I am called a Pokemon, a rare Pokemon, because finding a Spurs fan is not that easy. So I wanted to prove them wrong that finding a Newcastle fan is even more rare. So if I'm Pokemon, you are a legendary Pokemon, in my opinion. Just kidding. I'm just
You
saying it on a joke.
you wouldn't believe, if I cite some examples that I have on Twitter,
Yeah.
and that's my main reference because I follow football and Newcastle on Twitter. There are some crazy fan groups out there in India. Like if I can't remember the name. I think it's Cadiz CF. I think a second
Okay.
tier club in Spain, if I'm
Hmm.
not wrong. They have
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fan and very active fan group are based out of India. Yeah.
Oh,
And that kind
okay.
of blew my mind, like because before that, and I'll be candid, I didn't know who, like what Cadiz was, so I actually saw that group, saw some of their content, then went back and searched on Google and found out this was this football team. But hats off, man,
Okay.
like in second division fan group in India,
Yeah,
just
but
like hats off to them.
Samit, like our, my dear friend of mine is saying, it is big up to you that you have, founded a great, Toon Army base in India, and that's a big thing. I just wanted to, get more details on that. How did you do? How did you started following Newcastle? But before that, there is a friend of mine and a big subscriber who is also a fellow Spurs supporter who has written something in Bangla, I guess. And that is something that I am not able to understand. Can you help me explain? Because this guy is very, he tries to come up with these kind of slang. So I want to ask you, what is he writing exactly? Can you help
No,
me
it's
out here?
perfectly formal. Yeah. He's just
Okay.
asking Dada Bangla Bojen, as in, brother, do you
Okay.
follow Bengali? So yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Rajni, if you follow Bengali, then মানে আমি মন প্রাণ দেহ সব দিক থেকে বাঙালি.
That's great. That's great. I am very happy that I have someone from Bengal, and he, by the way, he's a very great supporter of mine. He follows Spurs. He's rigorous in every of our analysis. So I am very thankful that I have got people from the state who are so interested in football. And I think in Bengal it is very rooted the football. But now let me start with asking you this. And let me introduce myself to you. So I'm a content creator, as you
Of
know,
course.
high on football. I started supporting Spurs back in 2019 because I'm very new to the sports. In 2019, I
Sure.
thought like, why not support a club who is not much supported by any other team? Taking a road less taken. That was my example, or something that was in my mind when I started supporting Spurs, and I wanted to support a club who is underdog, who are a sleeping giant, and can go to the big levels. And that's why I supported Spurs in 2019. After a very good of, they have a good reputation, they are a top 6 club and all. I want to ask you, what uh what day, what particular moment wanted you to become a Newcastle fan? And as I said, you are following since 1998, the year I was born. Sorry, I'm making you feel older, but it is just incredible for me to understand. So tell me your story, tell me your backstory. What is
Yeah.
exactly how you
Just before
fan?
I get to that, though, Utkarsh,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, after we chatted on Twitter, I did kind of just did my due diligence on you,
Okay.
and just going by the hard work you put in to find me, I think you deservedly are the creator of one of the more successful YouTube channels. So congrats on
Oh,
that,
thank
and
you
I
so much.
hope you go on to bigger and better things even. But
Thank you
yeah,
so
I
much.
mean, see, the only reason I say 98 is because I just have this memory
Okay.
that if you remember, there was this World Cup in that year, right?
Hmm.
And my cousin, my older cousin, he was a little like crazy, like, so I just asked him, like you do at that age, which country are you supporting? And he said
Mhm.
Tunisia, and I said, why? Like, why he just said something very similar to you, like no one supports it, so I'm going to support it, something like that, right? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so England's first match was against Tunisia, right? And Shearer scored the
Okay.
first goal with a header. I just have this random memory, which I think is the earliest, is that me telling him that this guy plays for the club that I follow, right?
Okay.
And obviously, Premier League wasn't kind of broadcast,
Hmm.
you know, as widely as now. Like nobody even close. Like there used to be this half an hour sports thingy called Sports Center on ESPN,
Yeah,
and they used to do
yeah.
Premier League, the English version of it. They used to do Premier League rounds up, and that is where you mostly got Newcastle news from, right? And I remember there was this thing happening with Ruud Gullit, who was our coach, with Shearer, and he dropped
Hmm.
him. And it was like, I was like, how are people at Newcastle okay with this? And then gradually, I somehow found out that there was a big thing, Gullit the sack, and then Sir Bobby came in and turned the club around.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like at that age, I guess it kind of just like strikes a chord. And some of the earliest memories I have is Newcastle playing a few home matches against the like of Manchester United, a couple against Chelsea, all of those kind of random matches. I remember Shearer, that was much later though, but Shearer getting into a fight with Roy Keane. And
Hmm.
the thing I like about Newcastle is, yes, we appreciate football, but we appreciate, I don't know, the fight in football. So when Shearer was having that fight with Roy Keane, and I knew Roy Keane was this badass guy, like everyone used to be
Yeah,
scared of.
he was
And
definitely.
Shearer, like when that thing happened, I don't know if you have seen the footage, but when it happens, Shearer is a guy who stands his ground. And I
Yeah,
was amazed to see that the crowd actually appreciates that, because I appreciate that. You stand your ground because you don't get scared by the bully.
yeah,
And then I started realizing that the crowd actually supports random stuff like flying tackles and just a bit of like shithousery every now and then. All of the things that you kind of connect with. And I don't know if I'm making sense. It's kind of vague, but you just kind of connect with how
yeah, yeah.
the
And
fellow fans
so,
think, and then you
sorry
start
to
following
interrupt,
them
but
more,
I
and it
think
kind of
that was
snowballs.
at
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but I was saying I think that was at peak also. The banter and those slide tackles and those violent things happening, especially in Premier League, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
it
in
must be
Premier League,
fascinating.
crazy things were happening. Arsenal went on that incredible,
Invincible run.
invincible season, right? And
Yeah,
all of those kind of
yeah,
Ronaldo and them were just coming up. So a lot was happening in
yeah,
football.
yeah,
So
for
it was,
sure.
yeah, it was fun. And as I started following them more and more, it just kind of kept growing on me to a level where it became an obsession. And I'm just going to clarify
Okay.
something. I'm not actually the
Mhm.
founder of Toon Army India, right?
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure
Yeah.
who is, but this fellow fan and a good friend now, Shoikot Sanyal, who has also been following Newcastle for a long time, actually got me into the
Okay.
WhatsApp group. Because back in the day, there used to be this thing called Orkut, which apparently had this Newcastle group, but
Hmm.
I didn't come across it ever.
Okay.
So he got me inducted into this WhatsApp group, which was like, I literally thought I was one of the very few, fans, if any, in India. And I found out to my surprise that apparently at that time, I think there was 70, 80 odd, which grew to be about
Ooh.
100 people odd. And this
Okay.
was at the peak of the bad days during Mike Ashley, if you know what I mean. So
Okay.
we
Got
kind
it.
of had this thing, and I must say there is this girl called Ankita as well, who is probably the only lady member.
Okay.
Got featured by Premier League actually in one of the videos. But anyway, so us,
Okay.
this 100 or so group, right? We know that we have been fans through the kind of worst time there can be. And
Yeah.
we know each other, so we know none of us are kind of just hopping on the bandwagon wagon of this takeover and stuff.
Yeah.
uh, and so we are very kind of proud of that. And we have tried for a
For
long
sure.
long time, and we are very disorganized, I'm not going to lie, like we are very scattered. So just
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fact that the Twitter is active is kind of a big deal for us. But maybe
Hmm.
that is one of the reasons why. But we did try for a long time to get in touch with Newcastle to get recognized as the
Hmm.
official group from India, and it didn't
Hmm.
happen. But thankfully in this last year, Newcastle has taken a lot of initiatives to include international fan groups. And thankfully, to the support of others, of course, we have finally a few months back got recognized as the official
Yeah.
Toon Army India
That's
group.
yeah.
So we are now part of all these kind of like a lot of things like giveaways and
Yeah.
contests
Yep.
and
Yep.
stuff like
Yep.
that.
That's great.
So
That's
yeah,
great.
I think I hope that you would probably come across Toon Army India more and more, hopefully in the
For
future.
sure. I would love to. I would love to submit. And just to ask you, you said that when you joined, you were 100 of you, right? What is the number right now,
Roughly.
if I may ask? Huh? Sorry.
So like I said, we are quite protective of this
Okay.
group. So it
Okay.
keeps fluctuating, but I think if I'm not
Hmm.
wrong, we have grown to about 130.
Okay. That's great.
But uh, like I said, like it's a very close group, so we kind of only admit verified, at least people, other people know, kind of like a referral thing.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, like on Twitter, I think we have, I don't know, like close to 2,000 followers or something like that. And
That's
most
great.
of the official handles and stuff follow. So that is why we choose to be most active. We're trying to bring up some other kind of channels, Instagram
Hmm.
and stuff. But I think because a lot of us are slightly older, because we have seen those bad years, and hence
Yeah.
continue to be fans. Maybe social media wise, we are not as savvy, but I
Hmm.
promise that we'll try to be more active on other channels.
Yeah, I think the good times are coming for Newcastle United, given how you are progressing in the last few years. So I'm definitely sure more people will, turn up for Newcastle. But before we move on, let's take some chats.
Fingers
I think
crossed,
there are
man.
lots of people who want to talk to you or have a conversation. Ash Bhai is saying, I remember Premier League had an event in Bangalore back in 2016. I had also came across Brighton fans in Bangalore. In India, the football fan
Yeah,
space is underrated, and that's a
I,
very great thing, but very underappreciated, especially in the football background. Let me tell you one thing also. Before we had a match against Aston Villa in the Premier League, just few weeks ago, and I was able to find a Villa fan, and she's a woman. I will definitely call her in our next reverse fixture. I am very fortunate that I was not able to call her in my first fixture because we lost. It would have been a crazy bt for me, bad trip for me basically what I was trying to say. But yeah, there are so many underrated or underappreciated fan base, but we just need to unearth them. And I'm so honored to have you here, because it really feels like I am connecting to a fan base who are as much underappreciated or underrated as our fan base. Because let me tell you, Samid, whenever I post a reel on Instagram, whenever I post a YouTube video on Instagram, YouTube regarding Spurs, there are many comments who comes and says, is there a Spurs fan in India? I mean, are you guys living in a, in an underground or what? We are there. You just need to look properly. It's not like we are in oblivion. We have an invisibility cloak around us and you can't even see us. So it's just like that. And people need to understand that yes, there are many fan bases and they need to respect that, and let them grow too. And let them get involved in the conversation of I hope that struck a chord with you, and you must be agreeing with me.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
let's take more
yeah.
comments.
I mean,
Hmm.
just to maybe just pass
Sure.
my thoughts on the previous thing, if you have time.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But
We
yeah,
have
I
all the
mean,
time.
sure. But yeah, I do think the Indian football scene is quite underappreciated globally. But I also think, and I don't want to get into that discussion. I don't think this is a
Hmm.
premise, but it's just the fact that it's run by politicians. Had it been run by people who knows the sport, maybe they have played in it or been deeply involved in one
Yeah,
way or another, it would have been a different story.
for
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, at the ground level, I definitely think, and I mean, I'm fortunate enough to come from a state where football is, like you said, in the grassroots.
Yeah,
So I do see your point, and I've seen the same thing in a lot of other places, to be honest, like
yeah.
Goa, Tamil Nadu, obviously Maharashtra. So yeah, it's definitely underrated. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you know who you are, and you kind of slowly connect with other fans who you know are genuine. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like we appreciate each other, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So
True, true. That's true. So true. Yeah. Now the next comment is from Phantom. He's also a Spurs fan, but the reference he's giving, I am not able to understand. You will have to make me understand. Papa Cisse and Demba
oh
Ba
my,
partnership was crazy.
well,
Please
it's
elaborate. Is it a centre back partnership? No, I guess not.
it's exactly the opposite. It's two forward.
Oh,
It's Papi Cisse actually, and
okay.
Demba
My
Ba.
bad. Okay.
Uh, Both cult heroes. I would probably go on to call almost close to legends. Both of them for me.
Oh, that's great.
It's a very like crazy story. If so Demba Ba only came to Newcastle because he was rejected at some other club because of a knee problem that they caught onto at the
Okay.
medical. And apparently, we were stupid people to sign him, but it was Mike Ashley, so we could sign anyone we got on a free as a free agent. So we
Okay.
signed Demba Ba, and he was an instant hit. He scored some crazy goals, hat trick on his debut. Like kind of mop the floor with Man United whenever he got the chance.
Oh,
But he was
that's
like
great.
a world class. Like I went on to sign for Chelsea on their season winning
Okay.
season, league winning season.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so he was already a hero. And then he, in our January transfer window, I think when we had just lost Carroll, I think that was the year, if I'm not too mistaken. But could have been a year later. But anyway, he was the one who kind of convinced Cisse to come to Newcastle, because Cisse was not really known at that point. I
Okay.
think he used to play in Germany before that. Anyway, so the story goes like
Mhm.
Dembaba actually brought Cisse to Newcastle in January, and he scored like in the second half of the season he scored like 16 goals in 15 games or something like that. Cisse, like he remains one of the most incredible buys of January ever by any club. But anyway, so there was this 6 month period when they played together, and
Mhm.
Demba Ba actually sacrificed his own centre forward position, because we used to play three at the front. So he took the left hand
Okay.
position, but he was happy to do that in that 6 months, because he wanted Cisse to succeed, and he was scoring some incredible goals. So
That's
it was
great.
like, this underrated partnership, which was like catching the new Premier League by fire. There was probably the most on form strike partnerships at that time, right?
Uh,
Um, and we went on to finish fifth. Unluckily, I think lost to Liverpool, which was kind of almost like a playoff to the Champions League spots. So we missed
oh,
out by one
okay.
spot, and it all felt kind of apart in the summer, because Dembaba, although he continued to play for some time, he felt that he was promised the centre forward position with Cisse, but he never got it. So he used to play from the left. Scored some incredible goals though. And by the way, this previous 6 months when Cisse was going like crazy, Dembaba didn't score a goal, but he was very happy
Oh,
publicly, so because he was supporting his mate. But somehow, I don't know what happened, but he felt betrayed, I
got it.
guess, that he wasn't getting played centre forward because Cisse was playing there. And eventually it turned out that he left for Chelsea for a much better offer. Obviously, you can't say no, and that got broken up. But that 6 month
Yeah.
period where these two were playing together happily was like, attacking wise, the best period under my probably the best period. At least there was another period where we played Owens, Obafemi Martins, and Mark Viduka that under Kevin Keegan. So that was a brief period, but yeah, this was like, for those who know, this was a crazy partnership for Newcastle at that time.
Sure, sure. And thank you so much for, helping me brief it out because from what I am
I don't think
able
it
to
was brief,
understand,
but if you get me going
yeah,
on Newcastle, it's difficult for me
that's
to stop.
totally
So I
fine.
kind of
We
apologize for that.
No, no worries. I think I am here to suck every Newcastle knowledge from you right now so that I know how my team should set up against you tomorrow. So I think that is my target. So I'm totally fine with it. And also, I think this partnership reminds me kind of Harry Kane and Sonny for our club. But I think it happened for a very long time as compared to your. You said that it happened for a
Yeah.
brief 6 months. No worries. Anyway, moving on. Sushant Bhai is here. Thank you so much, Sushant Bhai. Please, guys, whoever is watching, please make sure to like the stream. And also, I have provided the X handle of the Toon Army India in the description. Do go there and check out and make sure to follow them. It's a great X page, and you will get to know all the Newcastle updates in India as well. So make sure to do that. Sushant Bhai saying, unfortunately, you took a road full of potholes, just like me and just like us. I think we have also seen our share of ups and downs, so we can totally relate to that. Golo is here. I started supporting Liverpool cause मेरे घर वाले Carlsberg पीते थे. That's a very good motivation to have, I guess. That's a very good motivation to have. No problem in that. Tanish, thank you so much for joining. 1998 is insane. I'm following Spurs from 2021 and I'm already depressed. Yes, I think this is a major sentiment with us because we do feel like we have seen a lots of up and down, but I cannot understand how much you have gone through. I guess being a Newcastle fan, especially. So me and Tanish are with you in your sorrows, but we can't even fathom how much you have gone through because we know we have gone through our shares bit, but you guys are just incredible in that. So hats off to you guys. Hats off.
No, no. I
Vidit bhai,
mean, sure.
yeah, yeah,
It's just funny now that I look back on it. But yeah, sure. Like, it wasn't always pleasant following Newcastle, but
yeah,
you can't like choose to not support a club. I mean,
yep.
at the
In my
bottom of your
opinion,
heart,
it's
you
like,
kind of
yeah, I
you
think in my
almost like fall
opinion,
in
it's
love
like,
even more, because you're
yeah,
like fellow sufferers.
exactly.
Because like other fans, we see the club is nothing but the fans, right? So we
Yes,
knew that other
definitely.
fans who lived in Newcastle, who have been brought up in Newcastle, who are Geordies through and through, are feeling exactly what we are feeling. So I guess we just try to stay true to that.
Uh, I think net is. Yeah, your net was shaky a little bit. I think now it's visible. Now can you speak?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah,
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 now it's good. Now it's good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Vidit Bhai saying, What is Carabao Cup? FA Cup है ना? Please tell confused and new." Vidit Bhai, it is Carabao Cup. FA Cup will happen later. It is Carabao Cup, and we are facing Newcastle United against tomorrow. So make sure to come on the live stream also if you are new. And thank you so much for coming. Thanks for
Carabao
lending.
Cup, yeah, used to be called the
Yeah,
League Cup, huh? For those who are
yeah.
new, probably to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Samit, for explaining that because you are definitely right. I think it has many names: EFL Cup, League Cup, Carabao Cup.
Huh.
I there are many names to this. So yeah, thanks for
Carabao
explaining
is
that.
basically the sponsor, so yeah.
Yeah, that's why. I guess that's a Gen Z name you can say because for us it has been Carabao Cup. You have seen for a very long time, so you must know the other names also. Golo is saying thanks for lending Vinaldum to us. He went from Newcastle to Liverpool. Is
Yeah,
that the
he
case?
he played for a season. He was incredible, but we
Yeah,
got relegated, and
yeah,
Wijnaldum left. I mean, fairly so. I mean, obviously, he had
yes.
ambitions, and he went on to prove himself at Liverpool. So, well done to him.
Yep, yep. I absolutely love your story. Yeah, definitely. And there is one question that Goloe has asked us, but I will come on it later because I have a very crazy and spicy take that I want to take from you. So I'll come on that later. I think Kolumuani is the best option. Yes, with it, we need to go with Kolumuani because apparently the pigeon that is working as a striker for us right now, Mr. Richarlison, I call him a fake Brazilian because he doesn't bring anything other than, lying down on the field. So apparently, I am better with a French striker rather than a Brazilian striker for me right now. Why did Santiago Muniz start his career with Newcastle? First of all, go. You guys know a lot about football back in the days, and this question is coming right like a bouncer for me. So, can you give a brief on that if you can, Samit?
So I don't know if you got the reference of Santiago Muniz, but he's like the main
Okay.
character of this movie, Goal, right? And
Okay. Yeah.
the story. If you see the movie, the story goes is like he's this like
Uh,
no one in I think Colombia who gets spotted by a scout of Newcastle who brings him to England to play for Newcastle,
yeah.
who has this incredible season where he takes the team up into the Champions League or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know why he
Got it.
started at Newcastle, but I think goal is probably the biggest unintended marketing that the club has done.
Okay.
Because I know the club kind of cooperated, but they were never really a part of it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, even today, some players sign or known about Newcastle because they have seen the movie. So it's crazy how
Got
that
it.
kind of worked out. But I honestly don't know why he started with Newcastle.
That's great. I guess it's a good way to gain more fan recognition. I guess it must have helped in the fan engagement for sure. That movie. Uh, oh, those days of Orkut. Yeah, I started using internet when Facebook arrived. So yeah, it was just after Orkut. So actually missed it totally. But thank you to remind me that I'm still a Gen Z. Uh, we are seeing a wave of football communities rising in India other than the mainstream club. Yes, average sports opinion. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining. And yes, we totally agree with you. And that's bang on assessment. And I hope that we, as a football community, with all the clubs, grow. And that will be really helpful for all of us. Lily White India is here. Thank you so much, Prashant Bhai, for joining. Feels really good to have a Newcastle fan. Great club, rich heritage, and of course, formidable supporters. Much love. Thank you, Prashant Bhai. I have also seen West Ham fans in India like a lot, and that came as a surprise to me. Oh, is it? But average, bhai, if you know about anyone, let me know. I would really love to call them on the show and get
I
their
I
also
have a
brief.
very active group called Indian Hammers,
Okay,
who are
that's
hardcore
great.
West Ham fans and very active on Twitter at least, and
Okay,
put out
that's
great
great.
content. So if you want, I can put you in touch with them as well.
Yeah, please do that. Please do that. I love
Yep.
to talk to them. I think they are our arch rivals since Mohammad Kudus has joined us. So would love to know their take. It will be very interesting. But yeah, for sure. Papa Cisse gave Pepe. I think it's Pepe, right? Pepe Cisse gave the best Premier League goal of all time.
Papes, is yeah.
Papes Cisse. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, for those who have, for those of you who have seen the goal, it's not even a debate. It's like it's by far the best goal ever scored in the Premier League.
Y- That's definitely true.
It defies
Defective bhai,
physics.
thank you.
So like, yeah,
I'll have to watch that first of all. Before I give my assessment,
please
I'll
do,
have to
please do.
watch that. Yeah, will do definitely. Defective, thank you so much for being here. He's also a Man United fan and he's also a creator. Just letting you know. Average is saying I became a Spurs fan in very weird way. Going into the club football was confused between Man United and Spurs, and a game between them fell at Old Trafford. Harry Kane scored, and here I was 3-0 win for Spurs. Bad timing, by bad timing. You know how much we are suffering since then. But thank you so much for joining, Tanish. I have starred your comment and will definitely ask Samit about that. Wise and otherwise, he's a Man City fan. Piyush Bhai, he also do regular collaboration with me. Thank you so much, Piyush Bhai, for joining. We are good and we are up and pumped, and I'm ready with my questions with Samit after I take all the chats with you guys. Thank you,
By
Tanish
the
Bhai.
way,
Thank you for
Utkarsh,
joining.
just to
Yeah,
clarify, because I just remembered something, but I'm
yeah.
moderately okay with Hindi as well, huh? Because like I said, I
Okay.
lived in Bombay for 6 years, so मैं काम चला सकता हूँ. If you just want to switch to English, huh, for people.
मैं तो दोनों में आई एम कंफर्टेबल इनफ एंड दैट इज
Perfect,
टोटली
perfect.
फाइन बट दैट्स अ ग्रेट थिंग गाइस. मैं इंग्लिश में बोल सकता हूँ. ओह माय गॉड, ओह माय गॉड. मुझे कभी कभी थोड़ा बहुत इंग्लिश में आपको ऐसा लगता है ना दैट आई हैव टू बी अ लिटिल फॉर्मल एंड बिकॉज आई यूज दिस लैंग्वेज मोर एज अ फॉर्मल वे, नॉट इन अ कैजुअल वे. सो व्हेन आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश आई एम लाइक अरे भाई ठीक है चलो वैसा टाइप. So thank you so much for helping me do that. That's
Of
great.
course, of course.
Defective. Defective is saying give your honest yeah, okay, I will take that. I will take that also. मैंने star कर लिया है भाई. Mourinho's Chelsea was love. Yes, definitely, definitely. GG collab Newcastle whooping Spurs soon. रुक जाओ ध्रुव भाई. Please. He's a Man United fan by the way, and he's also big content creator. Thank you so much Dhruv bhai first of all for joining. और हमारी मारने के लिए मत तरसा करो भाई. Manchester is white. Remember, we have
I
beaten you a lot.
just curious,
Yeah, yeah.
guys, because obviously
हाँ,
you guys know each other.
हाँ,
Just
हाँ.
curious to know, are Man United fans extra chirpy in the last couple of weeks?
Yes, they have been. Oh my God. What can I tell you about that? There have been so many reels. There have been so many content them putting out. Right now, this guy, Dhruv Bhai, he is saying कि अगर इन्होंने अपने लास्ट अगले 3 मैचेस जीत लिए, they are going for a title charge. They are saying that they will go for title charge. And okay, you can stay in your delusional era as much as you want, but I am not sure this is going to be true. But this is how it is. They are a lot chirpy right now as compared to how they were, in the beginning of the season, especially when they lost to Grimsby Town. I hope you must have read that for sure. So, yeah, it has been definitely like this. Hello, Bhaiya. Thank you so much, JP, for joining. Please, whoever is watching, please make sure to Carling Cup. Yeah, Carling Cup भी बोला जाता था इस particular cup को. You're definitely
Right.
right. Seeing Newcastle fan is like a millionaire in Dharavi. Oh my God, what an analogy! And that's great. I guess yeah, it is. As I said, legendary Pokemon is here with us. Uh, Sunderland is better than Newcastle. Oh my God, Rivaz bhai, you are starting a big. What should I say? Yeah. By the way, I just want to ask you this. I think it has come up, so I will ask you. Why is this a rivalry with Sunderland? I just want to ask you
It,
because.
it's just the same city, literally on two sides of the
Okay.
river.
Yeah, I think that's.
So it's not like, yeah, and it's just been a tradition. It's like, how do I like? It's
Okay.
like, I don't know. In Calcutta, you have Mohun Bagan East Bengal. It's like this,
Yeah, yeah. I think
timeless rivalry that's there.
yeah, for Tottenham, it's like a North London derby with Arsenal, arch rival, staying in the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
city. I think
It's a
that's the
region
same.
thing. It's
Yeah,
a
but
region
I
thing,
think
and
this
yeah.
derby will take more prominence or will be more popular now because Sunderland has come up in the Premier League and now finally you guys will be playing in the biggest league of all. Isn't that the case?
I would say yes and no. Yes,
Okay.
because sure, it will get more global exposure. But between
Mm-hmm.
Sunderland and Newcastle fans, it has always been like the biggest game that is out there, bigger than a cup final, even I would say.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just like, at the end of the day, it's just bragging rights, but that matters so much. And obviously,
Mm.
we kind of can't stand each other. So yeah, I mean, it's good that another club from the northeast has come up, but the rivalry between us, at least I'm biased as a Newcastle fan, I guess it was always big. So for me, it doesn't matter where it's happening, Championship or Premier League. It's just as big a rivalry as there is in global football.
Yep, yep, definitely, definitely. Uh, Ranjan Bhai is saying something. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining. Claims to be a Premier League fan, hasn't seen Cisse's Worldie. Thank you. I'm so sorry that I haven't seen it. I will apologize for it. No problem in that. I will definitely
My
watch it
my
after the
good
stream.
my good friend Ronoja is here. Thank you, Ronoja, for
Yeah.
joining.
So finally, we have some Newcastle fan. Thank you so much for joining. Bhai, I started following from 2019, so I have followed Premier League after that. So I am definitely a newbie in that way, and I will totally accept that. No worries in that. But to be honest, I will definitely go and watch it after the stream. I won't disappoint you. Don't worry. Uh, Surendra Bhai is saying, "Am I late?" No, you are not late, brother. Is it? Have I put quarterfinal? I will change that to round of 16 by. So sorry, I think it is misleading, but I will definitely change that. No worries. Okay, there are lots of yeah, there are few comments left now. So I will ask some questions now, and then we'll take some other super chat. But there is the first question that I want to ask you, and I think Goal Oe has asked one thing. Shearer has to be the best striker till date. Now, Samit bhai, I just want to tell you that you have seen Alan Shearer in his prime. You have seen Harry Kane in his prime. Okay, I just want to ask you, you are still watching him, right? You must have heard about him being an absolute goal scorer right now in the Bundesliga, scoring that much goals, and even in the Tottenham he has scored so many goals. And there is a big comparison between Shearer and Harry Kane because of the club they chose. They didn't want so many silverware with their own clubs. They're amazing clubs, but they are prolific strikers. So I want to ask you, to be honest, and this is a crazy take. I'm asking as a Spurs fan. Tell me, who do you think is a better striker for you? I think you will say Alan Shearer, but I want to know why. Why do you think he will be? But just want to ask you, who is a better striker for you? Yeah, I
I'm
think your
gonna
internet is. Yeah. I think भाई हैज लेफ्ट आई थिंक ही विल जॉइन बैक सून सॉरी गाइस उनका शायद नेट थोड़ा खराब हो गया होगा माय बैड अरे भाई कहाँ चले गए आ रहे होंगे नो वरीज आई थिंक ही सेड दैट कि बीच बीच में ऐसा होता रहेगा कोई बात नहीं भाई लोग अपने क्वेश्चन आते रहने दो आई विल जस्ट आस्क हिम कहाँ ओए, कोई बात नहीं गाइस भाई मजा आ रहा है भाई मजा आ रहा है थैंक यू सो मच गेमिंग भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग भाई Time Wear Best Derby. Yes, these cartoons won't stand a chance against Papisar. अबे भाई सुरेंद्र भाई पिलवाओगे क्या यार अभी तो बुलाया यार आप लोग अबे भाई कंट्रोल कंट्रोल गाइस या मैंने ये ले लिया था यू आर नॉट लेट सुरेंद्र भाई फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हु सो एवर इज वाचिंग प्लीज मेक श्योर टू लाइक द स्ट्रीम अभी जस्ट उन्होंने मैसेज किया समित भाई ने ही विल बी जॉइनिंग इन 2 minutes so that's not a problem but I'll still take your comments I'll just write him okay no worries ओके या हमारी चट्टी चोद क्या भाई कुछ गाली बुलवा देगा छोड़ी हो चुकी है अंटिल वी लूज हाँ भाई छाती चौड़ी हो चुकी है अरे भाई भाई तुम ऐसे लिखते हो यार ओके समित भाई इज हियर थैंक यू सो मच समित भाई यू आर बैक समित
sorry,
भाई इज
sorry.
बैक ऑन टू द चैनल ग्रेट वेलकम
अरे उत्कर्ष,
थैंक
आपका आपका क्वेश्चन मतलब इट वाज
हाँ
सो हैवी कि इंटरनेट मेरा मार खा गया थोड़ा, सो सॉरी
है
अबाउट
ना बट
दैट.
हैवी तो है ये क्वेश्चन बिल्कुल बताओ आप
So I'll tell you. Okay, so
या
see, if you ask me, Shearer was the greatest goal scorer, better than Harry
या
Kane. Okay, but
ओके
Harry Kane's probably passing game is much better than Shearer, right? And
गॉट
if you
इट
compare between the modern striker and the striker back in the day, back then it was more about scoring goals and kind of being physical and using your body and all parts of your body to score goals, right? With Harry Kane, he was more of a modern striker, so he had to kind of bring in his wingers like Son and uh, whoever you have playing out of the right,
डेली अली
right?
या
So
या आई अंडरस्टैंड या
right, so you would see that they have scored a far larger number of goals, and that's probably because Kane kind of has brought them into play. If you look at Shearer and his wingers, they were all about assists. They were not about goals. So the playing
Got it.
style was different. So it's not a fair comparison, but I do think Shearer
Okay.
was the greatest goal scorer ever. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. I think the meaning of striker has changed. I think eventually from what used to be at the time of Alan Shearer to what it is right now. In a modern day football, it is very much important that your striker do hold up play, link with your teammates. But at that point of time, it was more like you need to be a presence in the box, and you will get deliveries. You need to just score it and convert it. So definitely, as a striker, as a traditional striker, even I consider Alan Shearer as one of the most clinical finisher. But for me, because I haven't seen Alan Shearer, right, and I think you have seen it, you can do a better comparison. But for me, I guess that's Tottenham bias coming on, and I will say Harry Kane. But I think we
Fair
can
enough.
agree to
Fair.
disagree on that. No worries.
Sure, sure,
So
sure.
that's great. Okay, I'll take another comment. I just start. Yeah, Tanish bhai wanted to ask you about the Isak saga. I am sure you must have been, you fans have must been through a lot on that. What is your take on Isak, by the way, and how is he performing now, especially?
Well, I mean, his performance is nothing to speak of, so I won't spend much time on that.
Yeah,
See, it hurt losing Isaac, right? But I think what
yeah,
hurt more
definitely.
was how he kind of conducted himself through the entire thing. He had numerous chances to kind of come clean, kind of just apologize for his behavior thus far, and kind of just get on with things, and he would have gotten his transfer, which he got
Mhm.
anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because the situation was already untenable. But you look at the difference between how Eddie Howe conducted himself, never blaming Isaac for a single thing till after the deal went through, and how Isaac had conducted himself. Um, so you see the reason why we are angry. Honestly, now
Hmm.
I don't give a shit. ठीक है, फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. He's gone. I
बिल्कुल.
mean, I hope he fails. I wish him well, but I hope he fails. Um, but it doesn't matter. And in fact, it turns out that we have gotten probably the better player in the long run, Vultamide. Like
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I've only,
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing
oh my
goal
goodness,
conversion right
like,
now.
and it's not just about that. That's not even his stronger kind of
Yeah. Goal
aspect
scoring.
of his game.
Yep.
He is more about linking up, very, very cool. He's so much like Berbatov, I feel. No one does this comparison. I don't know why, but, tall figure, silky touches, brings others into play, and that kind of brings our wingers into play perfectly. And I really think that once we get our fullbacks in play, Livramento and Hall, our first choice, quick fullbacks,
Mm.
we will
Yeah.
start seeing the best of Newcastle. I would probably say sometime December onwards, and that is
Yeah.
barring any major injuries, of course.
Yeah.
But that is when we
I'm
will click
sorry.
because we have those fullbacks coming in and we
Mm.
have Visa, the other striker, coming in. And I
Yeah.
think Eddie
Exactly.
Howe will find a way to play both of them together, and that is when you'll see us fly. At least that's what I hope.
Mm. I'm sorry bringing Tottenham again and again, but I really feel
Of
Voltmada has a
course.
similar, no, similar, profile as like a Harry Kane. Coming down, linking up with his midfielders, and letting his wingers run across, like Sonny used to do when Harry Kane used to drop in, and all. The Voltmada is specifically that like that. He's built like that. He was a proper number 10. I think in the Stuttgart, he only had one double-digit contribution just before that season, and now he's playing in Newcastle. I think Stuttgart director said that it was a very foul move or a dumb move or something like that. But I think he's justifying his price tag right now. The way he's playing, especially, he is quite lethal. He has a very good dribbling ability. I haven't seen any player who is that big, that tall, having such a good dribbling capability. So I think he's bang on target for you guys as of now, and one of the
Yeah, yeah.
crucial
And
players.
which is why, just going back on the Isaac saga, I think it's just, it doesn't matter. Like I said,
Yeah.
farak nahi padta abhi. And you are right, like Voltamada, not just his start and not just his goal scoring, but so much more to his game. And he's only going to get better. So
Yeah.
yeah, fingers crossed he doesn't get injured, but I think we have a gem in our hands.
Definitely, Mike. Definitely. I think there is Ranjan Basu is saying. I think he is also Newcastle fan. Thank you so much, Bhai, for joining. First of all, Voltemada is a different type of striker than Isak. Voltemada is a terrific ball holder, great dribbler, and fabulous passer. Our winger, if becomes a bit clinical, he will flourish here. Definitely, Bhai. Definitely. Golo is saying Voltemada is clinical snail at best. Clinical snail at best. Okay. Yeah.
I think
Right. Yeah.
I think he's referring to his speed. I think,
Speed. Yeah.
but that's not his game. So I mean, I'm not gonna get drawn into a comparison there. जिसका जो strength है वो है, जो weakness है सभी
Yeah.
का
Yeah.
होता
Yeah.
है. Like I
Definitely.
don't think there is any player who doesn't have a weakness. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think pace is has become a very trendy term right now. I think Samit, given how
और
fast the game
उत्कर्ष
has
हमें
become.
पेस चाहिए भी नहीं क्योंकि हमारे विंगर्स
Ah,
आप देखोगे दे आर
yep, yep,
few
yep.
a couple of the fastest in the world, definitely in the league. Anthony Gordon, Anthony Langa, Murphy, like last season से incredible खेल रहा है. And then
Yep.
we also have Harvey Barnes who when he gets a chance he's like lethal. So ठीक
Yes.
है सबको मतलब not everyone needs to run, right? We have runners and then now in Voltamata we have someone who can play the ball to them, so it's perfect I
Yep.
think.
Definitely. I think सुरेंद्र भाई इज अ स्पर्स फैन तो वो हम लोग आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं वीकनेस भी बताओ भाई व्हाट डज वोल्टमाडा लैक सो व्हाट कैन यू टेल अस आई थिंक फ्रॉम द गेम यू हैव सीन what do you think he lacks? I think speed, apart from speed, is it something coming up to physicality level in Premier
No,
League or anything like
no, I
that?
don't think he lacks anything. I think there is definitely room for improvement.
Okay.
Abhi, he's good. Can he be better? Sure, he can be better. All right, and that's for every aspect of his game. I don't think
Hmm.
there is a weakness. I think the better things are his mentality. He's like a fighter, and
Hmm.
again, that is something Newcastle fans love, right? We don't
Yep.
want kind of prima donnas. We want fighters, right?
Yeah.
Against Arsenal, if you go back and watch the highlights, Gabriel
Mhm.
actually elbowed him just out of the blue. I think कुछ foul
Okay.
referee ने दिया था या कुछ हुआ
Yeah,
था.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh,
I know, I know, I know.
Out of the blue elbowed him, and any other striker in his position would have gone down, holding their face and making a meal out of it, right? He actually got
Yes.
up, spoke to the
Hmm.
referee, but then didn't get anything. I'm sure if he had gone down, Gabriel would have been red carded. Okay? So we
For
we
sure.
appreciate fighters. So I think he'll get on very well, uh, unless he pulls off something like an Isaac. But I don't think he is the kind
Hmm.
of character who would do something like that. So let's see.
हाय एंड उसने हैंडशेक भी नहीं किया था गेब्रियल से आई गेस आपको जब ही केम टू से कि हाँ चलो ठीक है लेट्स
रिकनसाइल हाँ
फॉरगेट
बट आप
हाँ
इट्स लाइक हाँ ठीक है आप किसी को बेमतलब एल्बो मारोगे और फिर
मारोगे हाँ
आई डोंट नो बट इफ यू प्ले फुटबॉल यू वुड नो दैट्स नॉट हाउ इट गोस बाय लाइक यू शो
या
रिस्पेक्ट टू गेट रिस्पेक्ट यू कांट डिसरिस्पेक्ट एंड देन एक्सपेक्ट रिस्पेक्ट इन रिटर्न
डेफिनेटली Definitely, bhai. By the way, guys, I am favoriting, starring all the comments that you guys have. So don't worry. Do please make sure to do it, consistently. I will definitely take your call or definitely take your comment. Defective bhai is saying, I want give your honest opinion on Manchester United. Please want to hear from Newcastle fan. Okay, both United. I guess you guys have something in common. So, Samit, apart from having United in your name, what do you think is your opinion on Manchester United? I think everyone wanna know.
I don't want to generalize it,
Okay.
and honestly it's not my place to comment on other fans, but just because
Mhm.
one of the followers have asked it.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I don't have problem with genuine Manchester United fans. It's just that there are so few.
Hmm,
Just
hmm,
everyone
hmm.
I come across, just I don't know, comes across as one of those who have jumped on the bandwagon on their glory days
Yeah.
from the late 90s to the late 2000s.
Hmm.
And if they like through conversation, if I figure out that okay, this guy is a genuine fan and it's not like one of those
Yeah.
people I just spoke about, then fair play, respect, right? It's just that I've come across so few of Manchester United fans who are like that,
Yep, yep.
and hence I just I don't have much respect for people who jump on bandwagons. I
Okay.
think what makes you a
Definitely.
fan is how you support through the bad times. Good times, it's easier
Yeah.
to support anything.
Definitely. You are totally you are bang on about that because I think our club has suffered a lot and got so less, I guess. And because we have a perseverance that we have supported this club and we have started supporting, so we have to go through it through thick and thin. So I think that is commendable from any Newcastle fan, or I think I can definitely relate to that in my opinion. गोलोए ने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था समित भाई that I wanted to ask you. what is with the underwhelming aura around Nick Pope? He was deemed to be one of the best for England 3 to 4 seasons ago, and I also think कि थोड़ा तो आपको performance में drop तो आई है Nick Pope के. I think you will also agree with
नहीं
that. Is
यार,
that
I no, I don't agree with that actually.
okay?
I
Okay.
mean, he even this season, I think he's one of the highest clean sheet keepers in Premier League.
Yeah.
Just because last 2 games में हम लोग 2 गोल खाए हैं, इसलिए थोड़ा कम हो गया. But he started off as
Hmm.
probably the top one. It's just a perception thing, and mostly on Twitter, man. Ki Nick
Hmm.
Pope, basically he cannot distribute. He's not a good distributor. With
Yes.
his feet, especially because he, is incredible with his hands, which we just found out a couple of weeks back, I think, when he got an assist with an incredible throw. Anyway,
Hmm.
but there is this thing, Newcastle would be so much better if we had a ball-playing goalkeeper, right?
Yeah. Got it.
और इस वजह से निक पोप को मतलब कोई भी मिस्टेक वो करता है थोड़ा स्टिक ज़्यादा मिलता है स्पेशली ट्विटर
Hmm.
वगैरह पे. But I don't think us fans think he has kind of is going downhill. I think he's at his peak.
Okay.
Yes,
Hmm.
because of age and certain things, he probably will start going downhill, maybe from next season or something like that. I don't know. But right now, I don't think that is the case. It's just that again, उसके game में भी weakness है, which is kicking out.
Hmm.
But
Got
he's
it.
an incredible short
Short
stopper. Like
stopper.
he
Yeah.
he probably saves us a good 10, 12 goals this season, I think. So
Got
that
it.
is incredible, and you can't put a value to it, right? So it's a trade-off. Okay,
Hmm.
people who are good with their feet sometimes are not as good shot stoppers. So it's okay.
Onana.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, we have seen Onana. He is a great ball playing goalkeeper. I think apparently Eric Ten Hag आपको उसी के लिए लेकर आया था, but he is not a good shot stopper. That is
I
definitely we
mean,
can
when you
see.
say ball playing with Onana, I don't know if that is football you mean. He's definitely an entertainer. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
I can't speak for Man United fans, but
Yeah,
we
entertaining.
definitely enjoyed playing against Onana. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely. Uh, there's another question. I think it's not a question; it's a compliment. Newcastle current midline remind me of Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Henderson, robust beast wanting to injure you. And yeah, Samit bhai, this midfield trio that you have, my God, this is the more. अगर मुझे आपको midfield को physicality wise rank करना हो, Newcastle की midfield will be at the top, and especially how much irritating and annoying those midfielders is for an opponent. For an opponent like me, I'll be very honest. आप खुद बताओ, अगर जो लिंटन आपकी टीम में ना होके किसी दूसरे क्लब में होता, तो आप उससे कितना अनॉयड होते? जो लिंटन and Bruno both. I mean, these guys are beast. But the way they play and the way they annoy the shit out of you, especially as a fan, I'm watching at the TV and I want to kill that person because he is so annoying. He's making our fielders, our players go down and, playing with them. So I am definitely sure you must be rating very high all these three midfielder, Tonali, Bruno, and Tonali, Bruno, and Joe Linton. What is your opinion
right.
on these three? Tell me, bhai. Tell me.
No, I mean they're definitely physical. That's one of the things we
Yeah.
love about them. मैंने आपको पहले
Yep.
क्या बोला? Like we like a fighter, right? Like we appreciate
Yes.
the random sides of football, I guess, which is
Yep.
some
Yep. Yep.
shithousery, some physicality. What is like? अगर आपने football खेला है आपको पता होगा. Like
Yeah.
we grew up playing in the mud and stuff. So थोड़ा slight tackle ये वो चलता है यार. बिना उसका football क्या? It's
Yes.
like overprotected nowadays at times. And yes,
Yes.
they can be
Definitely.
physical, but as long as they're not doing something illegal, which is allowed in the game, why
Mhm.
shouldn't they do it?
For sure.
If you
For
want, you
sure.
can match us for it, and we'll take it in good spirit. And we have been beaten by good teams, and we take it in good spirit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
having said that, I don't think it should be looked down upon the physicality that the midfield brings. They also bring a really good footballing side to them, each one having their own
Hmm.
qualities. But I think I actually feel it's undermining the midfield. I think there is so much more than to just physicality.
That's great. Yeah, yeah, definitely, bhai. And I think Raktim bhai is saying enjoying Samit's Tonali-esque poise and composure. I think Tonali ही आपकी squad में मुझे लगता है जो थोड़ा सा composed है, just like you are right now, and you are smiling. In a similar way, Tonali brings that calm in your midfield in a way. Otherwise, बहुत chaos है. मतलब it is an organized chaos for sure. जिस तरीके की आपकी टीम खेलती है, आप लोग transition में ज्यादा hit करते हो. मुझे ऐसा लगता है, you play a very fast and direct line of football in my opinion. आप लोग
Yeah,
बहुत ज्यादा
yeah.
डायरेक्ट
Tonali,
खेलते
wo
हो.
like he's like the bara bhai, like In Guimaraes, you have someone who's crazy. He can do something brilliant, or
Yeah,
sometimes he can lose the ball. And then in
definitely.
Joelinton, you have the bully, who kind of goes in, tries to win the ball with his physicality. And then
Yeah.
Tonali is like that, Bara Bhai. He's like, you guys do it, but do it within limits. Don't cross your limits. Be in your position, make those runs, etc., etc.
Yeah,
And he
definitely.
just brings so much class, man. Like he's like
Yeah.
definitely one of the top three midfielders in the league for me, for sure.
या आई मीन उसका जब आपको केस हुआ था उसके बाद से द वे ही हैज कम बैक इट हैज बीन ग्रेट इनक्रेडिबल मतलब जो कंपोजर जो कॉन्फिडेंस आई थिंक आपको एथलेटिक ने रिपोर्ट किया था ही हैज आल्सो साइंड अ डील आई गेस ये सीक्रेटिव डील आई थिंक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सटेंशन हो गया है आपके यहाँ पे आई थिंक उसका सो आई थिंक यू हैव अ
Yeah,
वेरी अमेजिंग मिडफील्डर इन सैंड्रो टोनाली यू नो टू लीड यू आई थिंक आपकी टीम उसके अराउंड भी बन सकती है इन द फ्यूचर द वे ही हैज द ऑरा यू नो
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल,
है ना
बिल्कुल. And I think the way Newcastle as a club, and a set of players, etc., and the fans supported him during his tough times. उसने खुद बोला
Hmm.
है कि it's one of the reasons he loves Newcastle so much, and this is probably his way of kind of trying to pay back some of that kindness that he got shown by the fans and at the
Yeah,
club during his rough times. So yeah, I mean, it works both
definitely.
ways. You love the club and
Yes.
the club loves you back, and it's not. I mean, it's definitely the case in Tonali's case, as well as a lot of other players' case. And yeah, I mean, this is the kind of player we love, who like to commit to Newcastle, who believe in the success that we can get.
Yes.
And he will definitely be one of the pillars around which the team is built for the future.
For sure, for sure. I think the talent he has, it should be, it should be. And I'm very happy right now because अभी आपको Spurs fan जो मेरे basically the core fan base है, they are getting riled up right now with the thought of Joe Linton. Surendra Bhai saying Joe Linton got away with a murder attempt on Poro, man. I hate him to the core. And trust me, Samit Bhai, with all due respect, I'm not saying he's not a great midfielder, but because he's such a great midfielder, I hate him to the core too. I mean, when I see that guy playing and the way he does his tricks and the way he rattles the opponents players, I think that is just bonkers. It irritates the shit out
Yeah.
of us. Definitely.
No, see, I know about the tackle that he's referring to, Surendra. And
Okay.
yes, it was a harsh tackle. He probably,
Hmm.
I don't know if he got a yellow card for it, but maybe TK. You can argue that it
Yeah.
was a potential red card or whatever. But having said that, I'm just only gonna say कि Pedro Porro भी कोई मतलब साधु नहीं है. Like he's no saint, right? He's full of antics
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
So ठीक है. मतलब what has happened has happened. Water under the bridge, bro. Like we'll see what
Definitely,
happens
bhai.
tomorrow.
Definitely, why? Without Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle would be in bottom half. Line breaker, technically gifted, and defensively astute. Sean Longstaff, though, improved his game despite his limitation. Longstaff, I guess, आपको जा चुका है, right? If I'm correct, he's in Leeds United now.
Leeds जा चुका
Uh,
है, correct.
yes. But Bruno has been very pivotal to you guys. I will definitely say that. Won't say कि bottom half में पहुंच जाती, but I will definitely say he has been very crucial for you guys, I guess.
Yeah. मतलब
What do you
he's
think?
been one of the main
Hmm.
players who joined us when we were in a relegation battle. वहाँ से लेके चैंपियंस लीग में क्वालिफाई 2 बार, फिर लीग कप विनर्स. एंड ही हैज़ बीन न्यूकासल थ्रू एंड थ्रू. उसने पब्लिकली बोला है मतलब बहुत बार कि
Yeah.
हाउ मच ही लव्स न्यूकासल, हाउ मच ही वांट्स टू बी अ लेजेंड हियर, एक्सेट्रा. उसका सोशल मीडिया आप देखोगे, वट एवर, जस्ट द वे लाइक हिज लव फॉर न्यूकासल कम्स थ्रू ऑल द टाइम. एंड
Hmm.
लाइक आई सेड, एज अ क्लब, एज अ फैन बेस, वी गिव इट बैक. तो जो हमें
Yes.
प्यार देते हैं हम लोग उसको लाइक डबल ट्रिपल वट एवर एक्स टाइम्स करके वापस देते हैं, राइट? एंड ब्रूनो इज वन ऑफ
Definitely.
दोज गाइज, लाइक even if he leaves someday in the future, he will leave as a legend, because during his time he has
Hmm.
performed on the pitch, he has showed the way off the pitch, and genuinely he's a world class player. So what more can you ask of a person representing your club?
Yeah, definitely. Bhai, Samit bhai, before I take all the chats now, I just want to ask, you have 1 hour or आपके पास अभी 30 minutes ही हैं, so that I can just question you around only the match that we have right now
The
in the
match,
last 30
yeah.
minutes. And And if you have some more time, then we can take more chat. But if that's the case, I will take. I'll ask you question more around the match. I'm totally
Let's do
comfortable
the
with
match.
whatever
Yeah,
you.
let's do the match.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, Samit bhai, first of all, I want to ask you. You are facing Spurs, right? And you know how we are going through, and you also know how you guys have gone through. I guess मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. Our the way we have performed, it has not instilled too much confidence in me right now. क्योंकि हम लोगों ने, we have tried to play more defensive. हमारे पास centrally आपको creative attackers बहुत कम है, and that's why we are facing a lot of issues in, generating goals from open play. But we have scored a lot goal from set pieces, and I really think that that will be very crucial for us. I want to know what is your weaknesses and what is your strength. Just want to ask you, as a Newcastle United fan, whatever you watched in this season.
Weakness is quite clear. मैंने एक बार mention भी किया इस chat पे. I think
Hmm.
it's our fullbacks right now.
Yeah.
Because Trippier, I mean, his experience, his class, but he probably doesn't quite have the legs to play week in, week out as a fullback who keeps bumping forward and then running back.
Hmm.
Dan Burn, as good as he has been for us, he's not a natural fullback. He's more of a central defender.
Yeah.
So that is our weakness, and Dan Burn's weakness against pace. So, I mean, I guess Kudus is potentially going to have a field day against him if he can
Yes.
do it right. But
Yeah.
if you target our left fullback, especially, you
Hmm.
can have some joy. And then sometimes, and it really depends who's playing midfield tomorrow, because don't know if Tonali will play, but he might, because he has been sitting the last two matches out because of illness.
Yeah.
अगर वो खेलता है वो डीप लाइन मिडफील्ड में, देन नॉट एज मच. बट अगर वो नहीं खेलता है, इट्स लीव स्माइली और समवन लाइक दैट, बिकॉज
I
ऑफ हिज
think
इनएक्सपीरियंस एंड जस्ट वो
last match में
बेसिकली
आपको कोई
मिडफील्ड
young
और
player
डिफेंस
खेला
के
था ना?
बीच में एक लिव
फलहम
स्माइली.
के अगेंस्ट कोई? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, लिव स्माइली. बट ऑब्वियसली आई एक्सपेक्ट स्पर्स टू बी बेटर देन फुलहम, और वो एक्सप्लॉइट हो
For
सकती है
sure.
इफ डिपेंडिंग ऑन द प्लेयर हु प्लेज एंड ऑब्वियसly who from Spurs play there. But that is
Yeah.
also a potential area. Otherwise, forward line, I think we are quite strong. Our finishing can be better, but otherwise we create a bunch of chances. So we'll see. My other thing is, it's not a weakness, but
Hmm.
I don't know if Wiltometer would start because he has been playing constantly.
Okay.
And we have Will Osula, who is also an up-and-coming striker, but he's not at the level of a main striker yet. तो अगर
Okay.
वो start करता है, then it might be bigger challenge, because obviously he has not played that much. ठीक है.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think wingers and midfield we are quite sorted. So let's see.
और आपको विसा का क्या सीन है? मतलब ही हैज साइंड ऑफ नेवर प्लेड, मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है वो साइन भी नहीं किया है न्यूकासल के लिए जितने टाइम के लिए वो इंजर्ड रहा है. मतलब उसका बैक आने का कब का सीन है आपको? मतलब इज ही कमिंग इन द नियर फ्यूचर?
Is Yeah, he's going to come. I think for the Brentford game.
ओके.
So let's see, which is I think week after next or something like that.
डेफिनेटली.
So let's
गॉट इट.
see. And we also thought Hall would be back for Spurs, but it's coming too soon. Maybe he'll be back for West Ham on the weekend. So we'll see that.
ओके.
But
गॉट इट.
for Wissa, I think Brentford is what people are saying on Twitter when he'll be back, even if it is on the bench.
Definitely. Got it. Got it. Rivas Thapa, a Spurs fan is saying Polinia will bully, own, and the carries of Guimaraes and Joe Linton and Tonali. Mark my word. Hopefully, Rivas भाई, hopefully it happens. ज़्यादा ज़्यादा मत चढ़ाओ भाई. मुझे बहुत अपनी टीम के लिए पैनिक होने लगता है, because we guys are so underconfident about our own team, but definitely will try to be at the level. I think we both. I think आपको Newcastle and Spurs are at the same level in my opinion right now, given how the squad is. Definitely हम भी बहुत ज़्यादा injury ridden है. By the way, आपको हमारा Dominic Solanke is not there. Richarlison is poorly performing. Kolumwani has just came back. We have lost Madison through ACL. We have lost Kulusevski through ACL. Xavi Simons is still underperforming. तो बहुत सारे आपको, what should I say, dots that are still needs to be connected, and that's why even we are underperforming. तो आपका और हमारा अभी level एक ही है, kind of. in the quality also, in the injury concern also, and in the way we are playing also. So that is definitely going to be a good matchup. Surendra bhai is saying, do tell us how Spurs can hurt Newcastle. भाई मुझे बस ये लगता है, पहली बात सुरेंद्र भाई, आई विल टेल यू समथिंग. आई थिंक कि बहुत ज्यादा हाई इंटेंसिटी गेम होता है जब भी न्यूकासल खेलती है. दे प्रेस अ लॉट. वी नीड टू बी वेरी प्रेस रेजिस्टेंट. आई एम सॉरी व्हेन आई स्टटर. सो बेसिकली सीन क्या है, आपको हमें डबल पिवट में खेलना पड़ेगा अगेंस्ट न्यूकासल, बिकॉज दीज गाइज विल हर्ट अस विद देयर प्रेसिंग इंटेंसिटी. एंड इफ वी डोंट हैव प्रेस रेजिस्टेंट प्लेयर, वी विल बी हर्ट लेफ्ट, राइट एंड सेंटर. क्योंकि ये लोग बॉल छीनेंगे एंड दे विल गो ऑन अ ट्रांजिशन. दे हैव एंथनी गॉर्डन, दे हैव जेकब मर्फी, दे हैव इनसेन रनर्स. और अगर वॉल्टर मार्टा को बॉल पे आपने आने दिया एंड उनको लिंक अप करने दिया विथ हिज विंगर्स, वी विल बी डूम्ड. So that is what I'm expecting. The good thing is we have a very good center back in Mickey Van de Ven, जो आपको रनर्स को ट्रैक कर सकता है, इन माय ओपिनियन. आपका जेकब मर्फी हो गया या एंथनी गॉर्डन हो गया, इफ इवन इफ दे रन, वी विल बी एबल टू ट्रैक देम डाउन एट लीस्ट टू गेट टू देयर पोजीशन. बट आई एम वेरी स्केप्टिकल अबाउट, अगर ट्रांजिशन में हम लोग फंस गए आप लोग के अगेंस्ट, इट विल बी अ डेथ सिनेरियो, डेथ सेंटेंस फॉर अस, बिकॉज आई नो कि आप लोग का कितनी जल्दी आप लोग फास्ट ब्रेक गोल स्कोर करते हो. एंड वी हैव सीन दैट अगेंस्ट Liverpool, the way you came back, against Liverpool in the Premier League matches. You have any
Yeah,
thought on that?
I do agree. Yeah, I do agree. जो
Yeah.
आप बोल रहे हो, आई थिंक
Mm-hmm.
विंग में अपना जो पेस है, बी इट
Mm-hmm.
गॉर्डन, एलांगा, whoever, बार्न्स, मर्फी, obviously,
Yeah.
आई थिंक दैट इज वन ऑफ आवर मेन एसेट्स. तो कोई भी टीम खेले कल, आई थिंक दैट विल कंटिन्यू टू बी अ थ्रेट फॉर स्पर्स.
Yes. Yeah.
माय ओनली थिंग इज, आप जो एग्जांपल ले रहे थे, दैट इज ऑफ द
Mm-hmm.
फर्स्ट चॉइस टीम. I don't
Mm.
think Eddie Howe will play a first choice 11 tomorrow.
Okay.
There will be some
Got it.
players who are first choice, obviously, but there might
Mm.
also be players who have not played regularly. So
Yeah.
for me, the more concerning fact is that. तो नई टीम relatively, डिफेंस में थोड़ा शफल होगा, एक इंजरी है स्वेन बॉटमैन का.
Yeah.
Then
I think.
maybe forward line में, because I said Wultemata has played constantly, right? International duty पे भी खेल के आया है. Then even in the midfield, right, Tonali might come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what combination he'll play. But हाँ, अगर team click कर गई, then wings, you're absolutely right, and you can actually hurt us
Yeah.
the same way as well. Left full back,
Yes.
जब मैंने बोला, जहाँ पे probably Dan Burn खेलेगा.
Hmm,
That continues to be, or any other combination, because the only combination that comes to mind is then Trippier playing as left back, and then you have right wing Kraft, जो कि इस season एकदम भी नहीं खेला है शायद. तो उसको आप टारगेट कर पाओगे विंग से. आपके लेफ्ट विंग से कौन उठता है अभी? जॉनसन.
अभी तो आपको ओडोबेयर या जावी सिमंस में से कोई एक करेगा, बिकॉज़ दैट्स
जावी
व्हाट आई एम
सिमंस
थिंकिंग.
रहेगा. करेक्ट जावी सिमंस रहेगा. सो दैट इज अनदर potential threat for you guys. I mean, threat for
Yeah,
us from you guys.
but situation
And
आपको ऐसी है.
midfield control,
Yeah.
Palhinha is someone I am very concerned with, honestly, if he plays
Yeah.
from the start. I think the
Definitely.
only player in our squad who can actually really manage Palhinha from our perspective is Tonali. So we'll see how that goes.
Got it.
Because
But
Guimaraes को
आपके
वो
लिए
ड्यूटी दे दोगे आप, तो वो क्रिएटिव नहीं बन पाता है. तो that is a duality. That's it.
या मतलब हमारे लिए भी आपको कंसर्न ये है ना कि वीकेंड पे मैच चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट है, तो हम लोग भी अपनी आपको प्रॉपर स्क्वाड के साथ नहीं उतर सकते हैं, बिकॉज चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट एट द ब्रिज वी नीड आवर बेस्ट प्लेयर्स, राइट. मतलब इसमें भी चाहिए बट उसमें भी चाहिए. तो एक गेमिंग ने पूछा था किंग्स की स्टार्टिंग टुमारो. आई एम डेफिनेटली श्योर ही विल स्टार्ट टुमारो, बिकॉज कप गेम्स में ही आप अपने सेकंड फिडल गोलकीपर को खिलाते हो, एंड ही प्लेड इन द लास्ट राउंड. सो आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग
I
किंग्स की
think,
टू
I
प्ले.
don't know. I want to ask though, Utkarsh,
हाँ.
if
या
you were Thomas Frank this season, first season at Spurs,
या
what would you prioritize? Winning a cup, or I don't know, qualifying for the Champions League? And if in that case, is Chelsea a realistic opponent you will go all out against? Wouldn't you rather qualify for the quarter final in a cup?
भाई आई दैट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. आई विल टेल यू समथिंग. मैं ये चाहता हूँ, मेरा जो एक्सपेक्टेशन था आपको वाज, अब बिकॉज वी आर इन अ ट्रांजिशन फेज, राइट, न्यू मैनेजर, न्यू टीम्स, आई थिंक उसको एक ही विंडो मिला है. मेरा आपको ओपिनियन ये था दैट आई वांटेड टू फिनिश इन अ यूरोपियन प्लेस. आई एम नॉट सेइंग चैंपियंस लीग, यूरोपा लीग एंड यूरोपा कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग विल बी ओपन फॉर मी, स्पेशली बिकॉज गिवन आपको कैसा अभी तक रहा है हमारा. ऑल्सो आई वांट अ गुड कप रन. आई एम नॉट श्योर वी विल विन इन द कप, but I definitely want in one of those cup competition we go till the semi-final or the final. So I would definitely want to go in a multi-facet way. आई थिंक आपको थॉमस फ्रैंक जब आया था उसने बोला था कि वी वांट टू compete इन मल्टीपल कंपटीशन। तो मैं चाहता हूं कि ऐसा हो कि हम कप कंपटीशन में अच्छे रन पे जाएं आपको, और लीग में एटलीस्ट यूरोपियन प्लेसेस में फिनिश करें। आई एम नॉट सेइंग आपको टॉप 4, बिकॉज टॉप 4 इज अ लिटिल
No,
बिट
but with
अनरियलिस्टिक, आई
that,
थिंक
if
सो।
that is if that is the ambition of the fan base at large, Spurs ka,
या या
then if I were Thomas Frank, I would deprioritize Chelsea because Chelsea ka साथ हार भी गए,
या
which anyway, if you play your
ओके,
strongest
चेल्सी इज
team,
एट होम।
there is a
गॉट इट।
chance, right? Even if
यप
you play
यप
your
यप।
strongest team, winning against Chelsea is harder than probably winning against Newcastle is. I don't know from your perspective, right? And it's a cup, so it's a one-off. So you would probably play your
यस।
stronger team, qualify. Chelsea will be a free hit, and फिर वैसे भी चेल्सी के साथ ना भी जीत के इट्स अ लॉन्ग सीजन यार, आप आ जाओगे वापस टॉप 6 में, right? So I don't know.
I
Then it
yeah,
sounds
I
like
mean,
Spurs might play the. If
हाँ
I
हाँ।
have to guess, looking in from the outside,
हम्म
obviously आप लोगों की तरह मुझे पता नहीं है स्पर्स के बारे में, but if just
या
looking in from the outside, it feels like you guys will play your strongest team tomorrow.
आई वुड रियली वांट दैट समित भाई, बिकॉज सीन क्या है ना, आपको हमें पता है कि चेल्सी इज अनरियलिस्टिक, बट आपको ये भी सोचना है दैट इट इज अ लंदन डार्बी। इट हैज बीन अ वेरी पुअर रिकॉर्ड फॉर अस इन द अगेंस्ट चेल्सी। तो अगर हम जीतते हैं या अगर हम ड्रॉ भी करते हैं, इट विल बी अ बिग बूस्ट फॉर द फैन बेस, स्पेशली इन द कॉन्फिडेंस कि अगर आप थॉमस फ्रैंक हो ना, तो आप थोड़ा सेल्फिश हो गए कि क्या आपको कॉन्फिडेंस ज्यादा बूस्ट करेगा। तो अगर उसने चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट ड्रॉ भी निकाल लिया ना, our fan base will have insane faith on that guy, because भाई तुमने चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट निकाल दिया, which is very difficult for us right now। तो it is a very, what should I say, दो धारी तलवार है, आपको किसी तरफ भी जा सकती है। बट मैं डेफिनेटली चाहूंगा, काराबाओ कप इज अ टाई। आप तो डिफेंडिंग चैंपियंस हो अभी राइट नाउ, यू वुड ऑल्सो वांट टू गो विथ अ गुड स्क्वाड राइट नाउ, सो दैट यू कैन डिफेंड द टाइटल। एंड सेम फॉर अस, बिकॉज काराबाओ कप थोड़ा सा इजी है कंपैरेटिवली एज कंपेयर टू अदर टाइटल्स, आई विल से, क्योंकि आपको बहुत सारी क्लब्स नॉकआउट भी हो चुके हैं। मैन यूनाइटेड नॉकआउट हो चुकी है आपको ऑलरेडी, प्रीमियर लीग के भी बहुत सारे क्लब नॉकआउट हो चुके हैं, राउंड ऑफ 16 ऑलरेडी इज देयर। सो देयर इज अ गुड चांस यू मे सिक्योर अ गुड रन ऑन इट सेमीफाइनल या फाइनल तक। तो यही मेरा ओपिनियन है आपको बेसिकली, बट लेट्स सी कैसा होता है लाइनअप। बहुत मुश्किल है प्रेडिक्ट करना भाई, बिकॉज इट इज सच अ ट्रिकी कॉम्पिटिशन। एक तो 1:30 बजे रात में आपको, हम लोग इंडियन फैंस को देखना पड़ता है, वो उसके लिए रात भर जगो, 4 बज जाएंगे वो खत्म होते होते मैच। एंड आई डू लाइव स्ट्रीम, तो आप सोचो मेरा तो दिमाग ही एकदम हाल, अगर गंदा
So
खेल रहा हूँ तो
I
कितना खराब होता है।
I was in China a few months back, I
या
think in April. और न्यूकासल का एक मैच था वहाँ पे एज इन प्रीमियर लीग में अगेंस्ट क्रिस्टल पैलेस, which was a night match.
या
And I in China, because it's 2.5 hours ahead of us, right? So I think I
या
started watching the match at 3 o'clock in the sun. मैं वापस आके घर सो गया था, कॉन्फ्रेंस या उसमें गया था, सो के फिर अलार्म दे के 2:30 बजे उठ के फिर मैच देखना चालू किया।
ओ माय गॉड भाई, यही यही मैं कह रहा हूँ यार, दिस इज सो टफ। मतलब ऐसा लगता है अपनी फुटबॉल टीम को सपोर्ट करना थोड़ा टॉर्चर से कम नहीं लगता है आपको यहाँ पे।
हाँ,
मतलब
seriously, sometimes
इट इज लाइक दैट, स्पेशली आपका तो चलो देखो, मैं तो सिंगल हूँ, आपको मैं तो चलो आपको बैचलर टाइप का हूँ, तो मैं तो जग भी जाऊँ, आपको तो सब कुछ देखना है, फैमिली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, ऑफिस एंड ऑल एवरीथिंग। तो दिस बिकम्स इवन मोर टफ। तो भाई आई थिंक दैट्स हैट्स ऑफ भाई। रक्तिम भाई कह रहे हैं, एज अ टून फैन इट्स जॉनसन दैट आई एम वरीड अबाउट, गिवन आवर फुल बैक कंसर्न। यस, he can have a good run, by the way, insane speed that he has। I think मुझे थोड़ा एंथनी गॉर्डन वाला ही उसका सेम आपको सिनेरियो लगता है, बहुत डायरेक्ट है, बहुत पेसी विंगर है, बट ही इज नॉट इन फॉर्म, बाय द वे, on and that is our big concern right now। Bullier is here, thank you so much first of all for joining, guy bhai। Does anyone know when Solanki is back? Bhai, no idea, I think he has still come on the grass only, तो अभी उसको अच्छा खासा टाइम लगेगा। आप समझ लो नवंबर के मिड तक शायद आ पाए, होपफुली, बट लेट्स सी क्या होता है आपको। Rajni is saying I'm only confident against Newcastle because it's an away match। Yes। तो by the way समित भाई, अवे के सिनेरियो में हमारा बहुत अच्छा रिकॉर्ड रहा है अंडर थॉमस फ्रैंक, आप शायद जानते
पता
होंगे,
है।
वी हैव बीन अनबीटेबल राइट नाउ। बट वी आल्सो नो कि न्यूकासल का, टू दैट सेंट जेम्स पार्क्स इज नॉट एन इजी प्लेस टू कम एंड प्ले। भाई गॉड भाई, मतलब आपको एक एटमोस्फियर के हिसाब से पता चलता है। एंड न्यूकासल यूनाइटेड हैज एन इंटेंस, वेरी इंटेंस एटमोस्फियर इन माय ओपिनियन। मतलब अगर आप मुझसे पूछोगे प्रीमियर लीग में कौन से स्टेडियम में जाके मैं टॉटनहम का मैच देखना चाहूंगा एज एन अवे फैन, आई विल डेफिनेटली लाइक टू गो इन न्यूकासल सेंट जेम्स पार्क, बिकॉज अलग ही, और मुझे बहुत नेगेटिविटी आती है वो स्टेडियम देख के। मुझे लगता है भाई कुछ तो होने वाला है। एक तो आपका स्टेडियम भी एकदम मुझे गॉथिक टाइप लगता है, थोड़ा होता नहीं, पुराना स्ट्रक्चर ऐसे एकदम बड़ा सा, वो एक आपको स्टैंड है ना जिसमें से आपको एक, भाई वो बहुत ही अजीब सा लगता है मुझे, मतलब इट इज स्कैरी फॉर मी टू बी ऑनेस्ट। तो आप लोग का
नो
कैसा
आई
रिकॉर्ड है होम
कैन,
पे? या
नहीं होम पे ठीक है, मतलब होम पे ही हम लोग अच्छा खेले, ऑल्दो डिफेंसिव रिकॉर्ड अवे अच्छा है, बट ठीक है, वी आर मोर कॉन्फिडेंट स्पेशली नाइट गेम्स, होम मैच. You are
या
right. मतलब it sounds a little strange that you are calling it scary, because for us, like, we love it. Like, you are absolutely right. It has that
ऑब्वियसली
slightly old school feel. It's kind of like
या
vertically built, so it's kind of, on top of you and stuff. I
या
personally feel it's the best atmosphere, in England.
डेफिनेटली
Although I've never been, I would love to. But on TV, it just sounds, like you said, it's incredible, right, when it gets going.
या
So yeah, I would be slightly more confident because of the fact that we are at home. But yeah, I think depending on the team that plays, anything goes. So we can
या
also become very quiet very soon, if you score just one goal. So ठीक है, मतलब I think I'm more concerned with Johnson's pace than his lack of form, because
यस
if Dan Burn plays, then he's definitely going, and if he plays right, he's definitely going to get a few runs on him. So let's see.
यस जैसे अभी आपको बहुत सारे स्पर्स फैन हैं जो कह रहे हैं कि चेल्सी इज अनदर बैटल, इट्स
हाँ,
बिगर देन
देखा
कप और
मैंने.
चैंपियंस लीग गेम। एंड सुरेंद्र भाई सेइंग द चेल्सी मैच इज अ बिट पर्सनल फॉर अस समित भाई, एंड इट इज पर्सनल बिकॉज आपको इन इन गधों ने, इन चेल्सी वालों ने, सालों ने हमसे लीग टाइटल छीना था जब आपको लेस्टर जीती थी। सो वी हैव अ बिग ग्रज ऑन दीज गाइज एंड वी डेफिनेटली वुड लव टू किक देयर एसेस। So yes, that is true. Pratik bhai is saying we will always prioritize Chelsea. We pushed Romero and VDB last season mid injury just to play against Chelsea. हाँ ये भी है। तो आपको द थिंग इज इट्स अ बिग गेम फॉर अस ऑल्सो, तो मुझे भी ऐसा लगता है कि आपको कुछ कुछ नए प्लेयर्स आएंगे, जैसे कि आर्ची ग्रे खेल सकता है आपको, ही इज अ वेरी यंग एंड अपकमिंग, आपने सुना ही होगा उसके बारे में। ल्यूका बर्गवाल है जो कि बहुत प्रॉमिसिंग है, एंड ही वाज जस्ट अमेजिंग फॉर अस लास्ट सीजन। तो ये कुछ अप एंड कमिंग आपको स्टार बॉयज खेलने वाले हैं, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है इस पर्टिकुलर मैच में। एंड आई रियली होप कि वी कम आउट विद अ गुड रिजल्ट, बिकॉज अगर नहीं आते हो तो आपका ऑलरेडी कॉन्फिडेंस बम डाउन हो जाएगा और फिर आप चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट खेलोगे, विच इज नॉट अ गुड थिंग फॉर अस भाई, डेफिनेटली। और और क्या क्वेश्चंस है? डू यू थिंक फ्रैंक इज बेटर देन बिग एंज? डेफिनेटली भाई, ही ब्रिंग्स कंसिस्टेंसी। वी आर नॉट लूजिंग अगेंस्ट इप्सविच टाउन, वी आर नॉट लूजिंग अगेंस्ट recently promoted side, so definitely he brings that consistency. But प्रतीक भाई ने बहुत अच्छे से आंसर कर दिया, माय पान वाला इज बेटर देन एंज, एंड ही इज टोटली बैंग ऑन राइट। हमने देख लिया है नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट के अगेंस्ट क्या हुआ है बिग एंज का, सो दैट इज डेफिनेटली द राइट थिंग। For context, Bergwall, Javi and Johnson are your press trigger, Samit. हाँ मतलब आप इनको अगर प्रेस करोगे भाई, बाय द वे समित भाई, इन इन तीनों में से किसी भी प्लेयर को प्रेस किया, यू विल विन द बॉल वेरी इजीली। सुरेंद्र भाई इज टेलिंग यू आर वीकनेस बिकॉज दीज गाइज, आपको जावी जो है बुंडेसलीगा से आया है, उसको इंटेंसिटी अभी तक उसने की ही नहीं है, और मैं तो कह रहा हूँ न्यूकासल जब सामने आएगी उसकी हालत टाइट होगी, कहेगा भाई ये कौन से, मतलब ऑब्वियसली वी आर नॉट फेसिंग देम राइट नाउ इन दी लीग। लीग में तो डेफिनेटली आपको जो लिंटन इन सब से सामना होगा, पता नहीं कल कौन सी टीम से होगा, बट जब होगा भाई तो उसको पता चलेगा कि असली फिजिकलिटी क्या होती है। क्योंकि मैं तो भाई पूरे टाइम यही कह रहा हूँ कि न्यूकासल की जितनी फिजिकल है ना, फिजिकल इन द सेंस कि भाई वो थोड़ा भी शोल्डर्स रख देंगे वो हिजाबी गिर जाएगा, मैं आपको गिन के दे रहा हूँ। वो छोटू है भाई, बहुत मतलब होता है ना आपको, he is like a mouse, he will very low center of gravity, he is rotating, बट अगर एक धक्का लगा जो लिंटन का, खत्म भाई, वो लेटा हुआ मिलेगा आपको। सो आई एम ऑल्सो वरीड अबाउट इट
नहीं,
एंड
बट
थैंक्स सुरेंद्र।
जावेद सिमंस मैंने देखा है उनका गेम थोड़ा
हाँ
बहुत
हाँ,
टीवी पे, ऑब्वियसली नेशनल भी खेलता है,
यस
but he can
डेफिनेटली,
also like spin back, and he can do that as well. So it will be interesting. Let's see. Like,
यस यस।
I hope Newcastle plays a very strong midfield. So it will be a good battle.
आपका क्या प्रायोरिटी रहेगा, जस्ट टू आस्क यू व्हाट, बिकॉज आप और हम सेम सिनेरियो में, आप भी चैंपियंस लीग में खेल रहे हो, आप भी यूरोपियन स्पोर्ट्स के लिए जा रहे हो, आप भी कप कंपटीशन में, एंड यू इनफैक्ट won a cup competition, we have in fact won a cup competition in Europa League, so it is quite a very similar situation। तो आप क्या प्रायोरिटाइज कर रहे हो,
So,
आपसे जानना
so
चाहूंगा मैं।
हम लोगों का जो प्लेयर्स है रिजर्व में, जो लोग उतना
Hmm.
फुटबॉल नहीं खेले अभी तक इस सीजन, दे आर
Yeah.
ऑल गुड
Yeah.
प्लेयर्स. ओके, माय ओनली कंसर्न इज दे मे नॉट बी मैच शार्प नेसेसरली.
Got it.
जेकब रैमजे जस्ट इंजरी से लौटा है.
Hmm.
लुइस माइली हैज ओनली प्लेड द लास्ट कपल ऑफ गेम्स. Anthony Elanga has not been in the best form sometimes.
Yes.
So if I were Howe, I don't know. Obviously, like he's an outstanding manager, so I cannot even imagine thinking like him. But just my 2 cents, I would probably play a slightly more second fiddle team till the 70th minute or so. Okay, it'll
Okay.
still be a good team, but we may not be
Yeah.
our best
For sure.
selves, you know. And then probably for the last 20-25 minutes, bring on like the big guns, you know, and then give it a real go. Because that's when I do feel confident about our chances against Spurs. It's just that I don't know if our first team will play. I don't think our first team will play from the start. So that's my only concern.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. Totally understandable. I think uh, ये है ये सिचुएशन आपकी, बट आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है बाय द वे? आप लीग में आप एक कप कंपटीशन जीतना चाहते हो या फिर यू वांट अ टॉप 4 एंड अ गुड यूसीएल रन? व्हाट इज योर एक्सपेक्टेशन? जस्ट वांट टू आस्क दैट.
I would definitely want another UCL run.
ओके.
And I would also like a cup run, obviously. But having said that, अगर चारों competition जिनमें हम हैं, Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup,
या.
if I had to deprioritize one, मतलब अगर आप मुझे choice दे रहे हो, ठीक है, अगर choice होता तो मैं चारों ही लेता, but अगर choice नहीं है मेरे पास, then the one
ऑब्वियसली.
trophy that I would probably not mind dropping would be Carabao Cup, only because we have
गॉट
won
इट.
it last season. So my
डेफिनेटली.
ambition as a fan is to give it a real go on all three other competitions, and I think we have the squad. It's just that we have a couple of key players missing. Once they have, like I said, I think mid-December, barring any other major injury, mid-December onwards is when you will see the true Newcastle. And I'm telling you, it's a really, really good Newcastle side. It's just that
यस.
currently we're a little underplayed for certain players. That's all.
डेफिनेटली भाई. आई टोटली गेट यू. ये रजनी कह रहे हैं ग्रे अगेंस्ट द फिजिकल मिडफील्ड ऑफ न्यूकासल, एंड रजनी आई एम आल्सो वेरी स्केर्ड अबाउट दैट, बट द थिंग इज जैसा समित भाई कह रहा है, आई थिंक इट विल बी सेकंड फिडल टीम. मुझे भी ऐसा लग रहा है कुछ प्लेयर सेकंड फिडल होंगे. आई एम डेफिनेटली श्योर तीनों के तीनों तो ऐसा नहीं होगा नहीं खेलेंगे. देयर मस्ट बी वन प्लेयर हु विल बी प्लेइंग इन ईदर ऑफ ब्रूनो, जो लिंटन और सैंडो टोनाली. बट या we'll have to see how the squad composition will be, and to be honest भाई कोई पूछना मत कि starting lineup क्या होगी, क्योंकि it is very unpredictable. For a Carabao Cup, no one can predict it. It is very difficult to
I
predict it कि किस तरीके से क्या होगा.
I personally think our midfield will target Bentancur if he plays. I think I
Okay,
see
yeah.
him as one person who I personally feel can be subjected to physicality, and he'll probably not be at his best because he's one of those players who kind of likes a little bit of space around him, right?
Yeah. पर
For those
मुझे ऐसा लग
passes
रहा है
and
बेंटाकुर
movement
खेलेगा ही
and
नहीं
stuff.
कल. मुझे ऐसा
अच्छा,
लग
वो
रहा है
तो
आपको.
अलग बात है,
uh,
but अगर खेलता है, I
हाँ.
think he could have been one person we targeted.
डेफिनेटली यू आर राइट, यू आर राइट. ही इज नॉट प्रेस रेजिस्टेंट बाय द वे. आप उससे बॉल लूज करवा सकते हो. और जैसे सुरेंद्र भाई कह रहे हैं, आप मिडफील्ड इज फिक्स फॉर एंटायर सीजन. समित पलीनिया एंड बेंटन को डबल पिवट, थर्ड मिडफील्डर इज रैंडम. पर सुरेंद्र भाई कल आपको डिफरेंट दिखेगा, आई एम डेफिनेटली श्योर, क्योंकि वो लोग बहुत कंसिस्टेंटली खेल रहे हैं, लगातार मैचेस में खेल रहे हैं. तो मुझे पक्का पता है कि इस पर्टिकुलर मैच में तो थॉमस फ्रैंक पक्का अपनी दूसरे प्लेयर्स को मौका देगा. जैसे पापे माटा सार इज अ अमेजिंग प्लेयर बाय द वे समित भाई. लेट मी टेल यू, ही इज वन ऑफ आवर स्टार बॉयज. ही प्लेड वेरी वेल. तो मुझे लगता है उसको मौका मिलने वाला है. आई एम डेफिनेटली श्योर. रिवाज भाई सेइंग आई एम कॉलिंग
I
मूसा
think
डेम्बेले फ्रॉम रिटायरमेंट.
he may have scored against us also. I think maybe last
या
season.
या ही मे हैव, मतलब वो बंदा बैंगर स्कोर करता है बाय द वे. आपको ही कम्स एंड ही स्कोर्स बैंगर, एंड इवन दो ही डजंट लुक फिजिकल, ही इज फिजिकल. उतना जल्दी उसको बुली करना इजी नहीं है. ही इज दैट गुड. Rivas bhai saying, I'm calling Musa Dembele from retirement to play against Newcastle. Even I would love to have Musa Dembele right now because he was a goated player for us, and I'm definitely sure you also know him. Which team did you support in El Clasico? Samit bhai, did you see El Clasico or
Yeah,
nahi?
just
Nah.
as a neutral, it's more fun that way.
या भाई मैं तो थोड़ा बहुत रियल मैड्रिड को देख लेता हूँ ज्यादा, बिकॉज आई थिंक थोड़ा सा रोनाल्डो बायस है, दैट्स ऑल, नथिंग एल्स. बट या आई थिंक मैंने देखा ही नहीं मैच, क्योंकि उस टाइम स्पर्स का मैच चल रहा था अगेंस्ट एवर्टन एंड वी वॉन बाय द वे. तो उस चक्कर में मैं देख नहीं पाया ज्यादा. हु डिड अ बेटर जॉब समित, हाउ विद न्यूकासल और फ्रैंक विद ब्रेंटफोर्ड? Good question. Do you want to answer it? I think we'll take some few question, Samit भाई. मैं आपको अगले 7-10 मिनट में end कर दूंगा. But अगर आपको इस पे कुछ briefly बोलना हो तो.
No, I just think it's different situations. I think Howe has a bigger resource after his first,
Okay.
even during his first stint, like because we signed some big names in January. I don't think Thomas Frank had that opportunity at Brentford, so I don't think it's a fair comparison.
Got it. Got it. Golo is asking, do you think you leverage the most from Trippier, and will you be okay with Livermento going for 80 million pound? By the way, he's a Liverpool fan, and that's why he's asking it. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है Livermento का बहुत सारा link up भी आ रहा था, if you remember, with Liverpool. I think.
Livramento, we are hopeful that he will sign a new deal with us sometime in this
Okay.
season. Now that we have a sporting director, I think it's more likely to happen even. Have we leveraged the most out of Trippier? Most का तो पता नहीं. He has definitely given us a couple of really good seasons. I think this season
Yeah.
probably is his last one with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he definitely brings more than just his footballing ability right now. It's his leadership. Even when he's on the pitch, you will see like him directing other players. I think a lot of players look up to him for leadership on and off the pitch, and he continues to bring that. So again, he's the first player who joined us under the new regime.
Yeah. From Spurs
When we
only.
were in a
No, from
relegation
Atletico.
battle from
Yeah.
Atletico.
Yeah.
So I mean, he'll always be a legend in my eyes.
Definitely भाई. Frank hits are that Samit's biggest positive. सुरेंद्र भाई, I hope कि अब जब उसने गोल मार दिया है, थॉमस फ्रैंक का माथा खुले, दिमाग खुले, and he plays him. Golo is saying 46 votes and only 24 like. Come off like everyone. Thank you so much, Yudi bhai, for doing it. And please guys, please like karo. It will really help us. And also do make sure to go and check out Toon Army's X handle. It is great. You will love it. Go and make sure to do that. मुझे लगता है न्यूकासल बहुत फाइट देगी फिजिकली इन मिडफील्ड एज वेल एज अटैक. डेफिनेटली युवराज भाई, वी आर होपिंग फॉर अ वेरी गुड competition. Definitely, so let's see how it goes. Also Samit, please list your best penalty taker as I predict penalties tomorrow. Okay. Do you have
Newcastle side
anyone
say.
in? Yeah, from your
Newcastle
side
side say,
obviously.
I would say our takers probably would be Woltemade, Gordon, Fabian Schär,
Yeah.
Harvey Barnes probably, and
Okay.
Tonali probably. Guimaraes could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I think that's a very good lineup for penalty for sure. Agent is saying very difficult to beat a Newcastle at their home. Totally, bhai. Tottenham should do extra thing, otherwise there is no chance to win. I really want कि भाई हम defending champions को हराए, by the way, because it will be a big boost for us. क्योंकि आप लोग के पास already वो title है, and it will be a big confidence boost for us कि हाँ भाई हमने एक defending champions को हराया है. But let's see how it goes, bhai. Uh, Good to see Newcastle creator. That's great. Yes, and I am very thankful that Samit Bhai, appreciated and came on this particular channel, and I'm so thankful for him. And please, bhai, if you guys are a Newcastle fan, I make neutral videos also. आप लोग channel पे जाके एक बार check out भी कर सकते हैं. I recently made a video on how Sunderland were able to outclass Chelsea. So it's not just Spurs. I definitely support Spurs, but I watch football in a very analytical way. तो you would definitely love that. आप लोग जाके check out जरूर करना. I would take a loss if all of our player come alive and uninjured after the game. पता है सुरेंद्र भाई, you have a very good take. मतलब इवन आई विल टेक दैट. पता नहीं क्यों मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि भाई प्लेयर अभी इंजर्ड नहीं होने चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारी इतनी गंदी इंजरी लिस्ट है आपको समित भाई, दैट if we get any of our player injured, I think हमारा पूरा सीजन डिरेल हो जाएगा. ठीक है, काराबाओ कप से बाहर हो जाएंगे, बट वी स्टिल हैव 3 कंपटीशन टू गो इनटू. I really don't want कि कोई भी player injured हो at this point of time, because we have so many injury list right now. Raktim is saying, don't you think Howe would want to two quick goal and therefore field a strong 11 for at least 60-70 minutes? That's a very good question from Raktim bhai. आपका कोई आंसर समित भाई इस पे?
That could be one of the ways, Raktim. I think this is the Newcastle fan Raktim, right? So Raktim,
Yeah.
matlab
I think.
possibly. I just don't. I mean, I don't know if I would like to risk Ultimata for another 70 minutes after he had played like 6-7 games on the trot, almost full 90 minutes
Right.
in all of them. So I don't know.
Right.
That's just my take. It really depends on how Howe sees it, on the training ground and stuff, and how he feels and stuff. So I don't have that knowledge, obviously, but
Yeah.
I was just thinking of going another way. But we'll see how things.
Definitely, bhai. Looking forward to see battle. But yep, definitely Wenderman versus Gordon. Vicar, you haven't saved a penalty. हाँ भाई, सही सुरेंद्र भाई क्या बात याद दिलाई. भगवान करे पेनल्टी ना आए भाई. और भाई सोचो अगर 1:30 बजे वाले मैच में पेनल्टी आ गई तो कितना और वेट करना पड़ेगा. नहीं भाई, नहीं भाई. I cannot take it, भाई. I cannot take it. I want to question both of you. I think this will be the last question, Samit bhai, that I'll ask. I'm so sorry, guys. There have been many chats that I have missed, but apologies for that. Definitely आगे जाके बहुत आगे जाके समीत भाई और बार आएंगे. Definitely. Fingers crossed. तो उस टाइम हम वो सारे
For sure,
क्वेश्चन
for
लेंगे.
sure.
But this will be the last question that I would definitely want to ask you, Samit bhai. What do you think will be your league position? What do you expect? And who will
I
finish
think
higher in your
uh,
opinion?
I think Newcastle will definitely finish higher than Tottenham in the league. I think you guys will finish probably around seventh. I
Okay.
expect us to finish, and I'm probably going to sound crazy, but I do expect us to finish either third or fourth, probably third.
Okay. Oh, third. I think that's a very
Yeah,
bold
because other
statement to
teams are
make. Like,
faltering. Other teams are
yeah.
faltering. I, I,
Mhm.
I, I'm fairly certain there would come a point in time when Arsenal would falter as well.
I hope so,
And I
bhai.
do think that our best is yet to come. So we have seen
Yeah.
situations where we were, 11th or something similar time last season. We ended up finishing fourth. I think we have a stronger team this season, so I think we can do one better and go third this season.
Definitely, yeah. I think for in my perspective, bhai, I think we will finish around in the top five. But मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है Newcastle will falter, in my opinion, because मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है given the the run that they also have, they are also fighting a four-way battle. Even we are fighting a four-way battle, but पता नहीं मुझे ऐसा लगता है that you are more restricted in the transfer market next season, next winter window. We won't be that much. तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है we will be able to bolster our squad in a way कि हम लोग सीजन आपको आपके above निकाल लें. मुझे तो लग रहा है we will finish fifth and you guys may finish sixth. It will be a very close call right now between both of us. But yeah, definitely it is going to be an intense season because बहुत सारी टीम आपको अच्छी टीम falter कर रही है. So we guys, मतलब we
Absolutely,
clubs have a good chance to finish higher on the table. But with that, thank you
absolutely,
so much, Samit bhai. Thank you so much for
perfect.
being here with me. And आपने 1.5 घंटे मेरे लिए निकाले. That is such a good thing for us. And I really enjoyed the conversation with you. It is pleasure to host you. I hope you have felt the same.
Yeah, Utkarsh, absolutely the same. First of all, again, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Great conversation. I love talking football, obviously, so it feels great to connect with fellow fans like yourself and all the ones who are, sharing comments.
in the chat. Yeah.
Because clearly we all kind of, live, breathe, and live football. So real pleasure. I hope it could have gone on for longer, but it's a little late, so I have to kind of attend to some domestic duties.
No
But
worries, buddy.
would love to come back on anytime. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
best of luck to you for tomorrow. I
And you
hope you
too.
have a great season, just not tomorrow night. And all the best to all the other fans who interacted. And
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I hope that I get a chance to talk to you, again sometime through the season.
Definitely, bhai. Definitely. Thank you so much for joining. And for everyone who has joined us, thank you so much. Please, if you're watching it after the live stream has ended, make sure to like the channel, like the live stream, and subscribe to the channel as well because we post out many tactical and football videos. And for the Spurs fan, thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much for making it lively. Rajni is also with the comment. Hope to see you again. Definitely, we'll call Samit bhai again. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. With that, I'll take your leave. विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट लाइव स्ट्रीम. आई थिंक लाइव स्ट्रीम मैं करूंगा कल आपको जो मैच होगा तो वहां पे देखते हैं. टिल देन, थैंक यू. विल सी यू अगेन.
Thank you,
बाय.
everyone. Bye. Bye.
आई थिंक आई हैव टू एंड स्ट्रीम.